Hi, I'm Emily, and I'm 40, and yes, I'm still child-free. And you know what? I'm proud of it. Growing up, I remember feeling like my life was supposed to follow a very specific script. Graduate high school, get into a good college, land a job, get married, and of course have kids. That was the path, right? Well, here I am, living a completely different story, and I couldn't be happier. Now, I know this might be controversial to some, but I'm not alone. More and more women, especially my generation, are questioning the have kids expectation. And it's not about rejecting motherhood. It's about choosing to live life on our own terms. And let me tell you, it feels like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. But it hasn't always been this clear. For years, I felt this pressure. You see, as I hit my late 20s and early 30s, the question started, when are you getting married? When are you going to have kids? Isn't it about time to start a family? I can't count how many times I heard those questions. At family gatherings during casual conversations with friends, there it was, this invisible clock ticking away. Like if I didn't follow the traditional path, I was somehow doing life wrong. I felt like I was on this tightrope. If I didn't meet these milestones, society would label me as incomplete, selfish, or worse. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized that I wasn't the only one struggling with this. So many millennials are feeling the same way. We're rethinking the assumptions that came with the previous generation's expectations about what defines a successful, meaningful life. For me, the decision wasn't about not liking kids or being anti-motherhood. It was about recognizing that being a mother wasn't my dream, and that's okay. As a career-driven woman, I've always found fulfillment in the independence and freedom that comes with working hard, achieving goals, and living on my own terms. Having time and mental space to focus on my career, my hobbies, and my personal growth has been one of the greatest luxuries I could give myself. I get to wake up each day and pursue what excites me, whether that's diving deep into a project at work, exploring a new passion, or simply taking a moment to reflect. I have the time to invest in myself, which is something many parents struggle with, especially when raising children requires so much energy and focus. But let's pause here and really talk about societal expectations for a minute. I don't know about you, but there's this prevailing assumption that every woman should want children. The old narrative says that being a woman means one day becoming a mother, that your life isn't complete unless you're raising a family. And this narrative has been hard to shake. Even today, we see articles, TV shows, and movies that romanticize motherhood as the ultimate life achievement. But here's the thing. As I've gotten older, I've realized that my story doesn't need to be defined by whether or not I have kids. I've learned to question the assumptions that were drilled into me from a young age. I mean, if I don't feel like having kids is the right choice for me, then why should I feel pressured to follow that route? The truth is, I don't feel like I'm missing anything by not having kids. There's this idea that without children, your life somehow lacks meaning. But that couldn't be further from the truth. I've built a fulfilling life through friendships, travel, creative projects, and work that challenges me and makes me feel alive every day. I've learned to embrace the joy of living authentically without constantly worrying about whether or not I'm meeting everyone else's expectations. But let me be real with you. While I've embraced this lifestyle, it hasn't been easy. There's still judgment. There are still whispers behind my back. Oh, Emily doesn't have kids. She's missing out on something. Or worse, she'll regret this when she's older. It can be tough at times, especially when well-meaning family members ask, when will you settle down? Or, aren't you afraid of being alone? But you know what? I don't need a child to feel complete. I've built a life that suits me perfectly, and I wouldn't change a thing. Breaking the mold, embracing a new life path. What I've learned over the years is that happiness is personal. It's not a one-size-fits-all. For some, that happiness includes children, and that's wonderful. There's nothing more beautiful than seeing someone embrace their role as a parent and finding joy in nurturing their family. But for me, happiness comes from living authentically, creating a life that reflects my values, my goals, and my dreams. Living child-free has given me the opportunity to focus on things that I wouldn't have been able to pursue otherwise. For example, I've traveled to places I never thought I'd see, made memories with friends, and focused on personal growth. I've had time to cultivate relationships and learn new things without the constant juggle of parenthood. And that, for me, has been invaluable. At 40, I'm proud of the life I've built. I've created a space for myself that's filled with adventure, purpose, and love. It might not look like everyone else's, but it's mine, and that's enough for me. And I've realized that when I stop comparing myself to others or worrying about societal judgments, I can truly enjoy the life I've worked so hard to create. Living on my own terms. In the end, the decision to stay child-free has been one of empowerment. It's about choosing a life that aligns with who I am, not who others think I should be. I get to live life on my own terms, without the need to conform to societal expectations. And that's something I think we all deserve. The freedom to create a life that truly makes us happy, without judgment, without the pressure to follow a specific path. So to anyone out there who feels the weight of those questions, when are you having kids? When are you settling down? I encourage you to embrace your own journey. It's okay to not follow the traditional script. It's okay to redefine what success means for you. Your life doesn't need to be defined by anyone else's timeline. Live authentically. And if that means living child-free, then own it with pride. Because at the end of the day, happiness is yours to define. And for me, that happiness comes from living a life that is truly mine.